I'm ready when you are.
Just cue us in.
And now, Bottom Split Theatre.
Hello and welcome to 2019 Season 4 of Bottom Split Theater. This is week 1. We're at Summit Point. I'm Alex Albert. With me tonight is Tom Ellison. How are you doing tonight, Tom?
Good evening, Alex. I'm doing just fine. How are you?
Doing really well. Really glad to see a new season here at Bottom Split Theater. We have a new car this season. We're going to stick with one make all season long. It'll be all road all the time here. We're going to be with the new Skippy. It has the new damage model and the new tire model. So really looking forward to capturing the best of both here this season.
Yeah, I'm very excited by this. It's been a while since we've been plumbing the depths of the Bottom Split Theatre. And to be in a single-seater car with a new damage model, with a new tire model, this will be showcasing everything that's finest in the iRacing community.
Yeah, well, if we're going to see the best of the damage model, we have to go where we think the most damage might be. So that's why we're here. The tires will affect these guys just like they do the guys in the top split. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. The tires are cold at the start. So the guys will be a couple seconds off the pace here for at least the first 2 laps or so. Engine's really coming up here.
Yeah, some of these drivers are
on the grid.
Some of these drivers not afraid to warm up their engines before the green flag here, running at maximum revs even at a standstill. Although things appear to have dropped now. We're taking a breather, waiting for the other drivers at the back to join up. Why don't you take us through the top of the grid?
Yeah, take it. So we have on the pole Manuel Sandoval, and starting beside him will be Santiago Riviera Munoz. In the second row will be Christopher Rota and Timothy Rosemalder. In the third row would be Steve Hudak and Daniel Drebold. All right, the engines are coming up again here. It looks like we have everyone on the grid. And we're off. Green. Here we go. Down into turn 1. Looks like the one car got a bit of a jump on our pole sitter.
Decent start from Sandoval from pole, though. He's holding off second place there, Santiago Rivera Munoz, the second, as they come down here into turn 1, taking a defensive line towards the outside, braking hard in turn 1. Let's see what happens.
Oh, looks like are we going to get through clean? Wow, that's a lot of tidy driving there. Very nice, boys. All right, so now we're going to get on with the race. You got to be careful of lockups here. That's going to be easier with this new tire model, especially when they're cold. Can't push it too much.
And some aggressive driving there through the middle of the pack.
Spin.
That is Juan Francisco Martin around. Oh, and he's driven back onto the track. Oh, dear, there we go. Oh, and he's taken another one with him. Wheels everywhere. This is carnage, Alex.
Yes, we just got a good example of the damage model. I saw wheels flying there in the famous turn 3, that left-hander. It's so fast here. You're in 4th gear, and, like we were talking about, the tires are cold. They're just not able to hold the speed that they can later in the race, and they just got out from under him.
Yeah, Martin got a little bit on the curb there on cold tires. Car was away before he knew it, and then carnage ensued. We had Miguel upside down there in turn 3 on lap 1. So let's head back to the front of the field now, and with your leader.
Yes, so Manuel is doing very well out front.
Yeah, bit of a gap here to second place, Santiago Rivera. Christopher Rota actually in second place now. He's gotten past Santiago Rivera Munoz the second. About a 1.2 second gap there, first to second. All line astern, pretty safe driving now as the tyres appear to be coming up to temperature after that lap 1. Oh, we have a mistake there in turn 1, and a spin. There's car 12 around. He's come back. He's reversed another car. That's Daniel Drebold there with the Red Bull livery, proving that it does indeed give you wings.
Yes, and it looks like a lot of damage on that right rear, Tom. I don't think he's going to be able to make it all the way around. I think eventually that thing's going to spin on him because
there's a lot of camber on that right rear there. But it's coming back as the car gets up to speed. These cars are magically able to fix themselves, it appears. What will iRacing think of next? It hasn't worked.
No, it had just stood up there. That upper control arm was still broke. Called that one.
That's a shame, but that's racing, folks.
Yeah, it looked like the other guy got away with that, though. The 4 car there. So, oh, no, he's got damage on his right front. So he's able to limp it around a little bit better. So let's
That's
see.
Rogelio de Diego Torres, the number 4 car. He's limping it around there. Left and right front damage. Right front really just hanging on by a thread at the moment. But he's limping it around, trying to get to the pits. Of course, there is a fast repair available in this series. So if he gets there, he shouldn't lose too much damage. He'll still be able to get some laps towards the end of the race.
Yeah. This race is a long way from over. And this is quicker than a tow. As long as he doesn't interrupt our leaders here, I think this is the best strategy to take. Just got to try to get it back without making a bigger mistake and putting it in the barriers.
Well, speaking of disrupting the leaders, we have 2 lapped cars between first and second at the moment, which could be a problem here for second place driver Christopher Rota. He's very eager to get back to the front to try and challenge our leader, but not being helped too much, being held up in fact. Oh, 1 car pulls to the side, that's nice. That's Dario Colantonio pulling to the side, letting past the leader, but Timothy Rosamulder II is not proving so polite this evening, holding up second place car, and it looks like I'm getting too wide here.
And there it looks like Rota's going to get through.
I feel that would have cost him a bit of time, though, Alex.
Yeah, I do too. It's a long race. I think the leader, barring someone finding a lot of pace or something bad happened to the leader seems to have this one in his hand. And sometimes we have that here in the bottom split. Oh, no. Oh, wow. There was a big save. The 18's in the grass. Is he going to come back on and cause trouble?
Well,
Yeah. Oh, and the 10 car spins. Oh, big hit.
Oh dear. Big hit on the pit straight there. That was our second place driver, Christopher Rota, in the 10 car, being collected by Miguel Arnel de Miguel in the pit straight there. Not entirely sure what happened. Let's go back and review here. Oh, there's carbon fiber everywhere. This is going to take a lot to clear up.
Oh, wow. It's still early. These tires just can't handle it. We're on lap 3. These guys are pushing like, it's the end of the race. The tires just can't handle it, and, the results speak for themselves.
Speak for themselves there. I mean, remember, no tire warmers in this budget series with Skip Barber here. These cars are starting on ice-cold rubber at the start of the race. It's going to take a while to get them back up to speed. If you push too hard, if you let them come up above the temperature threshold, then it's going to go away on you. And, I mean, we're seeing now Christopher Rota.
Some people may think, well, just drive harder. That'll get them warmer quicker, right? That's what you're talking about. Well, that doesn't work. That makes them too hot, and then they get slick, and it's even worse. And so, it like Tom was saying, you really have to manage that, ease them into the temperature zone, and then if you treat them right early in the run, they'll come back to you and bless you with fast laps all the way to the end. And that's going to be 18 laps here tonight. Finishing lap 4, though, is going to be Manuel.
Yeah, Imperious out front there. He got about a 6-second lead to the second place car, which is Santiago de Rivera Munoz II. Steve Hudak about 9 seconds back from the lead as well. Manuel Sandoval driving okay at the moment, I think.
Yeah, I think our best battle is going to be here, the 6 and the 9. Do I have this car numbers right?
7 and the 9 there. Steve Hudak in the number 7 car, Ethan Maddox the second in the number 9 car. Battling here hard, although Ethan Maddox is just, as I say that, commentators curse, Ethan Maddox just spins in turn 1. He's dropped back a little bit there, so Steve Hudak in third place now a little bit more secure.
Yeah, just keeping an eye on our timing screen here. We don't have any really close battles. Oh, and here we go. Another spin. Oh, and contact for the 9. And
Ethan Maddox around in turn 3 there, and very carefully he's put 2 feet down there, saved the car, 2 feet on the brake, under clutch, don't kill the engine, stop in a predictable manner, and he's able to get going again.
Yeah, it's just going to depend how much contact did he get. It looked like it was just to the wing, and that other car missed the suspension. We'll find out here shortly as he heads through these very tight corners.
I mean, the best way to test suspension damage is to take a corner flat out, because you'll know very quickly if there's something wrong with it. And he spins into Dyers there. That's not looking so good. I think he's got a bit of damage on the rear car there.
Yeah, I think it's enough that he can get it around here, though, and get it fixed quicker than the tow truck could do it. All right. Got a good battle here with the number 6 car. A little help with that name.
That's Stanislaw Otar racing out of the Hispano-America Club. Currently running in position number 9 at the moment, being followed by Bradley Hickey and Dario Colantonio. Now, Bradley Hickey is our 4th place car. This is not for position. He's a lap up on the other 2 cars. But Dario Colantonio and Stanislav are battling for 9th place here, with the 4th place car between them. I know that might be a little bit confusing for some of our viewers, but Bottom Split Theatre, things are never quite as they seem.
Right, so it looks like the 3 car here is going to work his way through, and then it's going to be more of a straight-up battle here. Oh, and
Yep.
the 13 sees his moment to maybe get in there.
Yeah, this is the battle here.
Ooh,
locking up there. Ooh. Tight under brakes there from the 13 car. He's really putting the pressure on the Stanislav here. Good tight racing here. These tires look like they're finally up to temperature.
Yeah, got to take it easy, though. Those lockups, you'll really pay for them. This is a long race. There's only so much time that can be made here, so I think that he can really plan out this move. He doesn't have to force it in the next couple corners.
Now, of course, Summit Point Raceway dominated by a long pit straight where you can get a decent draft past into turn 1, but that is not appearing to be the plan here. He's going for a move into the final corner, down the inside. That's good overtaking move, but it might have compromised his exit slightly.
Yeah, he really opened himself up for the over-under that everyone's going to see a prime textbook example of right here. The 6th, a bit maybe more of the veteran, saw that coming, backed off, got to the throttle maybe a little before the apex, maximized his apex speed and run off the corner. And
takes the position back now, as you see in front of you. Nice move under brakes there through turn 1. And Otar is now keeping position 9 from Dario Colantonio. And this battle looks like it's set to rage all race.
Yeah, and one thing, speaking of the brakes, one thing I've noticed with this new tire model is a lot better feel on the brakes right on the edge. Felt a lot more comfortable. I've not one that was typically very comfortable in the Skippy in seasons past, but really enjoying this new tire model. And I think that as these drivers get used to it, we're going to see a lot of great battling right down into the braking zones.
Now, of course, for viewers out there, these are not, your normal street car brakes, no ABS here. These are light cars, grabby brakes, and you really have to be very sensitive about threshold braking, especially as the tires come temperature. But these drivers are battling away and really putting on a masterclass here.
Yeah, and the baseline setup for iRacing is pretty aggressive on the brakes, a little bit more so than in the past. You can lock the rears. Oh, and as we see the 13 go around.
Colantonio going around there. He put a nose down the inside into turn 10 there. And just got on the brakes a little too hard across the curve and around. But no damage. He seems to have kept the engine running. He should be able to turn it around and get going again.
Yeah, and the way things are going in this race, he might be able to catch back up. All it takes is one mistake from Othar, and he'll be right back there. I think the 13 had a bit more pace than the 6th. So we'll see here now that they're both in clean air.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on those lap times for sure. Another battle I'm looking at the moment, we have our third place Steve Hudak.
Oh,
that's a fast lap. So I'm looking at a third place car, Steve Hudak. He's slightly apart from 2nd and 4th at the moment, but he is under pressure from a lapped car, our friend Timothy Rosenmulder, who appears to have recovered from his earlier incidents and is now keeping pace with the third place car while sitting 8th overall, 1 lap down. So keep an eye on that. Maybe some battling to come, even though these cars are a lap apart.
So I've got my eye on number 11, Juan Francisco Martin. He's right now in the 7th position, but he is the fastest car on the racetrack by quite a bit, a little over 1.2 seconds faster than our leader currently. He's really letting it hang out here. The car ahead of him is also running fast laps, so it's going to be tough for him to close it down, but he's got about 8 seconds and about 10 laps to get there, so
it's not impossible.
No, but Diego Torres is giving him something to push for, because Torres also knocking off some 22 and a halves here, so some strong pace here in the midfield.
But conversely, Ethan Maddox, who they're both chasing down, running in the 25s at the moment. So I think 26.6 now at the last lap for Ethan Maddox. So I think this is going to be a very, very swift battle. And indeed, we already see Rogelio Diego Torres having caught Ethan Maddox. This is now a battle for position, battling 5th position here.
Yeah, I think this is where we need to be, is watching the Maddox battle. And so it looks like Maddox's car's compromised. The nose cone's definitely twisted. The wing's shoved up a bit. The rear wing's got a bit of a tweak to it.
Yeah, remember, Max is the car we saw spin in turn 3 a couple of laps ago, so he's definitely struggling with some rear suspension damage and some air damage on the front nose there. Should make him easy prey here for Diego Torres behind. And Diego Torres there very deep on the brakes into the hairpin, letting Ethan Maddox know that he's there and sizing him up for a move soon, I think. And there it is. Ethan Maddox there. I think Ethan backed out of that, to be honest. I think he was sensible enough that he realized his car was compromised, wasn't worth fighting for that position too hard, and just pulled off line, lifted, and let Diego Torres take the spot.
Yeah, it's really all he can do at this point. And, you know, like a good racer, I'm sure he's done the calculations in his head. Better to lose 2 or 3 seconds a lap while on the track than to take it behind the wall and, you know, spend any amount of time. You know, even a stop and go, he's probably going to lose 20 seconds to the people he's battling. If he only loses 20 seconds total with a slower pace. All right, so let's take a look in here on the 10 car. He's in the bit of a group here with him coming up behind.
So that's Christopher Rota. He's currently running in 11th position, but being chased down by Steve Hudaku's car, who's 2 laps up, and then Timothy Rosewood, who's 1 lap up. So these are cars that are all running close together on track, but not necessarily in the standings. So, I mean, what do you do here, Alex? Do you act like a good corporate citizen? Do you let the cars that are a lap up go past smoothly, or do you try and get the TV exposure, try and get your name out there? Because this is all about branding.
Yeah, I think that in these development series, it's about learning how to race, and you're not going to learn that by waving the other guys past. So my opinion is you run the racing line, make them pass you, and you know, that's the only way you're ever going to be in these positions to learn. I just don't think there's a lot to learn with pointing your finger by.
I agree. I mean, you can go and do an HBD if you want to do that. That's fine all day long. You can let the cars pass. This is wheel-to-wheel racing, and regardless of whether you're a lap or 2 down, it doesn't matter. Race them hard, race them fair, and this is how you're going to learn on the big stage.
Yeah, I think if you see a couple guys coming through, they're racing together. If you let one through easy, you need to let the other through. But as long as you race everyone the same and it's the same for everyone, I think it neutralizes.
And if we're looking back up the fields, the 6th position, we see that car 11, Juan Francisco Martin, has gotten past Ethan Maddox in the previous lap. We spoke about the relative paces there of the 2 Hispano-Americans, Torres and Martin, who are really running pretty quick laps here, with Ethan Maddox, of course, with a damaged car. So I think what I'm really going to be looking at as we're about halfway through this race at the moment, what I'm really going to be looking at is the battle between Torres and Martin. See if Juan Francisco Martin can close the gap a little bit on the number 4 car of Torres.
He's really pushing right now. Last lap was about 8/10. I've got my eyes on him. He's really utilizing that new feel in the brakes that I was talking about. I can see the car squirming under the brakes, and like I mentioned, you can feel it so much better. You can feel when the car is starting to rotate and save it before it over rotates. It's definitely a lot of fun, and it seems like he's getting the hang of it, especially clicking off 121s. That pace would be right at home in the top split as well.
Yeah, 121.5. The previous lap just crossed the line here. He 123.2. Now I can't help but think that lap time was compromised slightly by the fact he had to get around Maddox there at the start of the lap. If you compare that to Diego Torres, he's only about 6 seconds down the road, and there are 7 laps remaining. You figure this could be a battle that gets a little spicy into the final couple of laps.
Yeah, if I'm Juan, I just keep the pressure on right here. He knows he's not going to lose a position if he makes a mistake. So I think you go out there, you push, you hope the other guy's spotter is telling him those lap times, telling him that someone's catching him, and he just starts thinking about that, maybe misses a braking zone, and that's all we really need at this point to have a side-by-side battle.
Speaking of side-to-side battles, the battle that we were previously looking at, Steve Hudak, who's our third-place runner, has our old friend Timothy Rosemulder II right up his chuff now. Now, Rosemulder is a lap down, but that's not letting him stop, and he's looking to get that lap back from Steve Hudak. They're running similar lap times, and this is looking to be a spicy little battle here.
Yeah, I think if I'm Hudak, I've probably learned enough, and I want to learn what champagne tastes. I think I'm ready to learn what champagne tastes like in this development series, and so I think I'm just going to let him go. I don't think that Hudak's close enough to make a move 1 second, and he's got plenty of time.
Yeah, he's about 12 seconds either side of him from second to fourth, so he's got nothing to fight for immediately. But Rosemulder looking to get a little bit of glory on the broadcast here, promote his lovely silver and white paint scheme there, and I think he could be tempted into a little bit of a dive here to get that lap back. Let's keep an eye on that as well.
Oh yeah, if I was the 18, I would be trying to show my stuff to these bigger teams. He came in here ranked 18th. If he can show that he's faster than the 7th ranked guy, that's something to put on your resume.
And of course, this is a feeder series, a development series. I know that a lot of the top teams will be here scouting out potential up-and-coming talent in the rookie leagues. Big IMSA teams run here. Some of the professional iRacing Grand Prix World Series teams also have representatives viewing these up-and-coming young talents at the Skip Barber School. So, there's always opportunity here if you can impress with your racecraft, with your speed, with your times, to make a leap forward into the big leagues.
So let's go ahead and jump back up to the lead here. And we have Manuel Sandoval. He is still our leader. Coming around to complete lap 14. He's got a healthy 9 seconds in his hand.
Yeah, and very consistent lap times as well. He's been kicking them off 22.6, 22.6, 23.6, 23.1, 23.2 last. These are all lap times within a second of each other. Just managing the pace, managing the gap, staying out of trouble, avoiding traffic, and this is a veteran drive here from Manuel Sandoval.
All right, so a little bit farther down the field here, coming into turn 1 now, is Santiago Riviera Munoz. Nice strong run here by the 1 car. He didn't get that number, overnight, so kind of expected, but
yeah, but I mean he's running the colors of the Mercedes Formula One Junior team here, so clearly being groomed for potentially that second F1 seat alongside Lewis Hamilton next season if Bottas continues to disappoint, in my opinion. But second place here, I don't know if that's going to be good enough for the number 1 car. Like, he's coming here with a big reputation, and he's been outclassed here by the young gun, Manuel Sandoval. So if I'm him, I'm looking to make some amends in week 2.
Yeah, and I hope he joins us here again. And let's go a little bit farther down the grid to Steve Hudak, who has got a very nice spot settled in here. Like we mentioned, about 12-second cushion on each side. Whoa, Steve! Through the grass.
And that's not a man who's consolidating his position in 3rd place. That's a man who's pushing hard.
Yeah, so I was going to say, if I was Steve at this point, I would settle back and just wait on the champagne ceremonies, but doesn't look like we're cut from the same cloth. He's got his foot on the loud pedal coming to the last turn.
Well, he's heard the axiom to finish first you must finish, and he's having nothing to do with that, no. He is foot down all the way, and that speaks to a character and testament to a never-give-up spirit that we love to see from a young racing driver.
So the next car down our field would be Bradley.
Sorry, Alex, to cut you off there. Steve Hudak spins in turn 1. Occurs then yet again questioning his spirit, but he's got going again. But he's lost a lot of time there to the 4th place car, who would be Bradley Hickey, who is only now, he was about 10 seconds behind at the line. Now a lot less, probably 5 or 6 seconds back. And we need to keep an eye on that into the closing stages because Bradley's not going to give up. He's running pretty quick, consistent lap times. And as we saw earlier, Steve is certainly not perhaps as comfortable as he once was.
Yeah, Bradley, though, stuck here behind Timothy. I think this is the time where we spoke about, the etiquette. I think this is where Timothy needs to get out of the way. These guys are close enough that something could happen here in these last couple laps. So I think with this lapper in the way, though, he's gonna have trouble making a move. Maybe he can use it for a slingshot here, but he needs to get around him soon.
Yeah, that's Timothy Rosemuller, who's picked up a spot due to attrition, now running 7th place overall. Maybe he can tow him up. Maybe tow Bradley Hickey towards Steve Hudak. They seem to be running similar lap times.
Yeah, get the bridge.
Let's see how this unfurls here. Looking back down the field, don't seem to be too many other close battles.
Yeah.
And Ethan Maddox in the number 9 car, running 8th place at the moment, is right in front of Stanislav Ota in the number 6 car. This is a battle for 8th place overall. Maddox, of course, with that damaged car that we saw earlier, and he's now under pressure here from Ota.
Yes, so we know Maddox is a bit compromised. It looks like Otar has gone in to get his repairs. Maddox took the fast repair on lap 5, then had more problems after that. So no more fast repairs left. He's got to stay out. Looks like Otar is pushing very hard, though, with his zebra paint.
Yeah, Maddox running wide through turn 3 there, keeps his foot in. He's going to keep it up. He keeps it together. Brilliant driving there through the gravel.
How many
Oh, he's off again.
Yeah, he's got to watch this instant count. I'm sure he can't have many with his, as many as we've seen.
And an unorthodox line there, frankly, through the T3, T and 4 complex. Mainly grass rather than tarmac, as he appears to be, I think it was letting past Rogelio Di Guillermo Torres in 5th place in that black car there. But Maddox and Stanislav Ota are now in a battle for 8th place, and they're not letting up. And in fact, have been joined now by Dario Colantonio in the number 13 car, running 10th. So these are 8th, 9th, and 10th on your screen at the moment, all battling hard for the 8th place.
And I think, 13 might have the pace advantage here on the other two. But if I'm Ethan, man, I made it this far. Just got to try to stay out ahead for another couple laps. Coming around to complete 16.
These guys are a lap down as well, so I wonder if...
all right, yeah, so our leader's already on the last lap.
So this will be the last lap here for the 8th place battle. We'll keep an eye on this because this is going to be the... the battle to the flag. Manuel Sandoval Bodio, though, coming through the last turn here, lap 18. He's going to take the checkered flag. Great drive from him. But let's go back to the battle for 8th place.
All right, Ethan. Here we go. Dario having a look here on the downhill.
Colantonio through the inside there, but he's overcooked. He's gone to the gravel. And Maddox is sideways as well. Maddox spins in front of them. Can he keep it? He keeps it out of the tire wall, but he's alongside them and he's back behind. So Dario Colantonio picking up 2 spots there in 2 corners. First down the inside of Stanislav Ota, and then Ethan Maddox spinning towards the tire barrier. Let's see if any of them are going to battle it together for a pass in the last corner here. Maddox has a decent run.
That was an amazing move by Dario. He had his tires in the grass under braking. I thought for sure his day was done. He ended up playing that into a double pass.
He carried a lot of speed there through the final corner into the gravel, but it wasn't going to be enough. And yeah, I think he did all he could.
Wow, that was some great racing, and very gentlemanly there of Maddox to not bring it right back. Back onto the course earlier. I don't know if he knows, but that probably race isn't official yet.
That could be reported to the stewards, even though after the flag, car-to-car contact is never really justified in this series. And there may be some stewarding action that takes place in the debrief.
So, do we want to go back and take a look at the start again? Could we get a replay of that up while we talk about the finishing order here? Do you want to run us down through the top 10, Tom?
Absolutely. So your winner, Manuel Sandoval Bo, we saw took the lead from pole. Was never really tested all race, to be honest. He got away cleanly and just ran to the flag. Great drive from him. Second place, the number 1 car Mercedes Junior driver Santiago Rivera Munoz Dos. Steve Hudak, who had an eventful race we saw with a number of incidents and spins, but eventually brought it home to get that sweet, sweet taste of champagne in 3rd place. 4th place, Bradley Hickey, the number 3 car. A little bit disappointing from him after an 8th place start, probably not showing his true pace. And then the Hispano-American duo of Diego Torres and Francisco Martin. Good pace from them, but I think they were compromised at the start. And then cars a lap down. Rosemel does 2 in 7th. Dario Colantonio after that tremendous last lap pass on Otar and Maddox, rounding out your top 10.
Yeah, so I'm just taking a look at the opening lap there, and Juan Francisco Martin, he was the one that really got it kicked off. Just a big move down into there, made a little contact on corner entry, and went around. And man, after that, it was just wheels flying everywhere.
And a great advertisement for the iRacing damage model, if I'm honest. We saw everything that this new model is bringing to the service in terms of detachable body parts, wheels, suspension components, and really just a tremendous advertisement for this great series.
So I want to thank everyone for watching tonight, and hope you can join us again next week. We're going to be a regular thing Tuesdays at about 9:20, 9:25. It'll be Bottom Split Theater here in the Skippy series for all of 2019 season 4. So for Tom Ellison and Kyle Smith, I'm Alex Albert. Thanks for joining us.
Good night.